All right, Shalom. All right, let me get straight into this lesson. So this the beloved brother, GMS, get this work. Brother always posts some very edifying videos. But this Eve right here is going into two dreams that she had. And the second, the second dream is a little full of a little folly. You know what I'm saying, with the clown thing. But I think these two dreams are authentic, right? And overlook, we know that World War III is coming. And matter of fact, I had actually had a very short dream. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kind of go into that, and then I'm gonna get into this video. Then I'm gonna get into some few precepts. All right. So the dream I had was very brief. I remember, from what I remember, I was at somebody's house. Right. I don't know the person, and I remember we was in the garage, and I heard a fighter jet, like, you know what I'm saying, like, pass by. So as I, went, you know how you go to the edge of the garage where you lift it up at, like how you open and close it. Some of them are automated, you know what I'm saying? But when I went to the edge of the garage, I looked up in the sky and I saw a fighter jet, you know what I'm saying? I don't know really what country it was. It's just like black from what I remember. And then, you know what I'm saying? I saw the fighter jet in the sky, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just like nervous. And I remember somebody that was with me, they ran towards the door. It's like a door. Some of these garages, when you come out of them, it's a door that you come in to get back into the main house. So that person ran, and like the panic set in, because you know what I'm saying, it's like, I guess, the person knew that we was like getting ready to get stomped out. So I remember seeing a plane, and then I just took off running towards that door. Then I saw a missile come out of it. Then I woke up. You know what I'm saying? Like a missile came from the jet. You know what I'm saying? And that's all. Like I said, that's all I remember. Um, and I remember, like, in the dream/vision, I was terrified. Once I knew, I was like, damn, this is it. You know what I'm saying? This is it right here. And that's, like I said, that's all I remember. But I'm gonna get into this Eve video. Then I'm gonna get into this lesson. Check it out.
So, I have had multiple dreams of the coming invasion to America by foreign troops, but I'm going to be sharing two of them. So, the first dream that I had was December 31st, 2022. I'm going to be reading out of my notebook. At my mom's house, I looked out the window and saw warplanes in the sky. There were a lot of them. It was dark outside. I remember telling my family they're here and showing them because we always talked about it but never knew when it would happen. And the noise coming from those planes that filled up the sky was so frightening. We started looking for hiding spots. I opened the closet door and got inside and tried to see where my daughter would fit. My sister was able to fit inside also. I ran and grabbed my holy oil and started anointing the doors and windows of my mom's house. It was daylight outside, so this happened. It took place like in the middle of the night going into the morning. So I put holy oil on the front door and I started praying. My sister was trying to interrupt my prayer by asking me a question, but I continued. And when I finished, I said, my sister's name, "Are you really going to interrupt me while I'm having a conversation with God?" And she apologized because she was looking for something, because the scene was like so chaotic. Everybody was in a hurry trying to get things in order, trying to get things in place. So I then went over to the window to anoint the window by the front door. And I started praying over it for God to protect this entryway so the soldiers wouldn't come in. And outside was very chaotic still, with planes and noise in the sky. I remember thinking to myself, like, there must be 1 million troops in America by now, because there were so many planes, like, over the state of Florida alone. So I looked out the front window, and I saw my brother walking down the sidewalk. Now, my brother, he doesn't stay with my mom. He stays over, like, 4 hours away. So I saw him walking down the sidewalk with his suitcase, walking up to the door, and we were all excited that he was there. So my sister, for whatever reason, opened the front door, and a part of the window broke. I remember asking her why. Like, why did she open the door? Why did she break the window. Then I saw a green army truck driving into the neighborhood. I told my family, it's time. They're about to come and start pulling us out of our homes and putting us into camps. And then I woke up.
Right. So she had another that was, you know, like I said, I think that's pretty authentic. You know what I'm saying? Um, she had another dream, but I ain't gonna even get into that. But you know, that's really the main one that I wanted you to really hear. So I'm gonna get into some few precepts. It's not gonna be anything long. But World War III is coming. It's gonna be a lot of death, destruction, and then it's gonna be topped off, right? The MOTB is coming, the mark of the beast, and then it's gonna proceed to World War III going nuclear. Let me say it like that. Nuclear war from the World War III, but World War III is already formulating, right? So, you know, let's go to this first precept. Like I said, this ain't gonna be anything long. Acts 2:17. And it shall come to pass in the last days. So we're in the last days, whether people know it or not, whether they want to deal with it or not. We here, right? There's a lot of different things going on in this world that our people are oblivious to because America is set up to keep them in an illusion, like in the Matrix. They don't know what's going on outside of America. It said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. It said, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. So you're going to have people from different nations having visions of the end, World War III, and other things to come. It says, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy, right? So I'm going to go into this word prophesy. It ain't as deep as you think it is, right? And don't this woman that, you know, a lot of these Jake women that think they, you know, so-called prophetess. No, you just had a dream and you bringing it out. That's it. No more, no less, right? It says, and young men shall see visions, right? Visions is intertwined with dreams, right? And your old men shall dream dreams. So this all one and the same. So we was gonna have people that will be on social media, as we want to call it, that will make their dreams, these visions slash dreams, right? That will make it known to people, right? And we'll be able to discern what it means. Let's go here, Revelation 11:14. It says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. So that's the World War III, right? Matter of fact, let me go to this word, prophesy. All right. So prophesy, it ain't nothing really deep about it. All right. It says prophesy. It says that say that a specific thing will happen in the future. That's all. Right. So that's what prophesy mean. We telling you what's gonna happen before it happened. That's it. Right. So we know through the scriptures, we're able to filter the things that go on in this world through the spirit and let you know what's coming down the pipe. So World War III, it's gonna be a lot of chaos and bloodshed, and it's gonna be a lot of death. You know what I'm saying? We're telling you what it is straight up, right? So let me go here, right here, and you should ask yourself these questions. A lot of questions that you have. I know a lot of questions that brothers and sisters have that have not been answered through the Christian church, right? They left you helpless, right? They left you for dead spiritually, right? They didn't teach you anything. So a lot of these so-called Christian pastors don't even know how to even break the scriptures down correctly. They won't even touch the book of Revelation. It says Revelation 18:18. It says, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning. So you need to ask yourself these questions. Matter of fact, let me go to the whole chapter 18 so you can get the context, right? So this future Babylon, that's sometimes called the daughter of Babylon. Sometimes it's different names. Babylon the Great, right? Babylon, in some cases referring to America, right? Let's go to Revelation 18:2, right? And I cried, and he cried, Salakia, mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hole of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird, right? So let me jump down. Let me jump down to, and it's ultimately the destruction of America. All right, let's jump down to Let's jump down to 16. And saying, Elias, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet. So many people have came to America, right, to get so-called rich. It says in decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. All right. 17 says, for 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company of the ships and sailors, and as trade by sea. So, I don't go get into that. Stood afar off. So, a lot of these countries sell their goods to America. America is the number one consuming nation in the world, right? So, like I say, I get to that another day. 18. And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning. So, if smoke is coming from something and it's burning, what is that? That's fire. So, what's going to cause this fire? There's something, an analytical question that your pastor can't answer to you, right? But we can tell you what it is. It's going to be missiles being shot over here, all right? Babylon is going to be completely destroyed, as you know, as America. It says, what city is like unto this great city, right? So we telling you what's going to happen before it happened, and it's coming, right? That's why you got all these chaos in the so-called Middle East. Middle East is a new social construct that these Edomites created to control the narrative, right? So again, that's why you see all this conflict, all this stirring up. You got, what I'm saying, you got the Hezbollah, you got the Houthis, what I'm saying, Iran, Russia, Ukraine, what I'm saying, China. It's just all this stuff going on. And while these Americans in their comfort and their folly and their amenities into their sports, these TV shows, right, they're gonna get caught off guard. All right, hopefully this lesson was edified. Call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashim, Rakat, Kodash. Shalom.